Gary Hennessy, Ocean Park. He heads across to Dubai very shortly, and of course it's a great chance for New Zealand racing to get that flag flown in Dubai. Of course we've had success over there in the past, of course with Sunline, who's run third in the Dubai Duty Free, and Sea Change's race there as well. Just another opportunity for a New Zealand racehorse to get there this year.
Oh yes, look, when the horse won the Underwood Stakes, Brent Thompson, you know, very good rider in New Zealand and in the UK, mentioned the Dubai race and the same distance as the Underwood, and he thought it was an ideal target for us to look towards Ocean Park.
When did it become a bit of a reality that you would be going to Dubai? Was it after his win in the Cox Plate?
Oh yes, you know, we've followed horses that have gone up there before, like So You Think's been a past Cox Plate horse and gone on to the UK, and Dubai was a stepping stone to get there.
Because we speak about the Cox Plate, what a preparation that was. You left here as a Group 1 winner in the McPhee Challenge Stakes, and then it just panned out beautifully throughout that Melbourne Spring for leading into the Cox Plate. Oh
look, when we had to scratch him out of the Australian Derby, and we brought him home, and after he'd run second, you know, very unlucky in the Rosehill Guineas. Lee Freeman sold the idea about the Cox Plate to me and said, you know, he's an ideal horse for the Cox Plate, so that was stuck in our mind, and then we just started working our way back with his races, and the McPhee was where we wanted to start.
The Cox Plate itself, I mean, it was a real titanic battle in the end with a leading 3-year-old in Australia who's really gone on with it and all too hard.
Yeah, look, you know, he run up against the best horses in Australia, and it was judged probably the fourth best Cox Plate field being assembled in the last 20 years. And you know, to give a young 3-year-old like All Too Hard 8 kilos in weight and to beat him like he did, you know, he gave him a start and a beating, and you know, to come through that, and you know, it was absolutely huge.
Ocean Park's winding up, and next was Piero coming around the turn, and the 3-year-olds are the leaders. All Too Hard, but now Ocean Park starts to wind up. All Too Hard from Ocean Park, and then came Piero. All Too Hard a neck in front. Ocean Park stride by stride getting to the 3-year-old. Ocean Park got up to All Too Hard. They hit the line. Ocean Park wanted to head to All Too Hard.
You then set him up for a campaign here in New Zealand. He had a number of exhibition gallops, and his first start was at Otaki, where he finished into 4th position. Were you happy enough what happened that day with him running 4th at Otaki?
Oh, definitely. Look, I wanted to use the race also as a trip away. That would season him for the flight ahead to go to Dubai. And I mean, you know, he's finished less than a length and a half. They run 1:34. 4 seasoned Group 1 horses in the field. You know, I wasn't disappointed at all.
Then you went to Ellerslie, Lindau New Zealand Stakes, weight for age at our premier racecourse here in New Zealand in Ellerslie. He got a beautiful trip from Lee Finnis, and when he pushed the button, he really did let down for him. Oh yes, that's what the horse can do, but you know, going back to the McPhee in the spring, I just seen how much improvement he took out of that race and what he did in the Underwood, you know, and he just showed gears. He could run into traffic problems, showed gears in the Underwood, and won, you know, with ease in the finish, and put away, you know, 10 Group 1 horses in that field, and so I knew there was a huge amount of improvement. And then, you know, he only had the 1 gallop going into that, and his work on the Wednesday morning and then just his manner afterwards, I just knew he had sharpened up, and I say, you know, he was right in the same sort of zone as he was going into the Cox Plate.
Ocean Park in front from Bayron, 2 lengths away. Then we've got Allegrio running on with also better than ever. Ocean Park's in front from Bayron. Ocean Park next stop Dubai, and I'll be right there with you, son. Ocean Park back to his brilliant best.
He was a good winner in that Lindau New Zealand Stakes, Gary, as we've just spoken about. How's he come through the race?
I couldn't be more happy with him, Brendan. You know, he pulled up well after the race, and you know, we've given him a couple of days off, and he was back at the track this morning, and yeah, a lot of bounce in him.
So off to Dubai now. What's the race that you're tackling?
He's going to go in the Dubai Duty Free. It's a race over 1,800 metres.
And it's a race we've seen Sunline in the past and Sea Change compete in?
Yeah, it's like when I was in Caulfield, you know, I stayed there with Aquanita, and Elstrom had gone up there and won the duty free, so I had a chance to talk to Tony Vessels all about the race and what he'd done going from Dubai and then on to England as well.
Okay, what's the plans after Dubai? You spoke about England. Is Royal Ascot the aim for the UK racing? Yeah,
hopefully we can get out of Dubai in early April. I think we'll probably be around the 6th or 7th we'll be flying out. It's not been confirmed yet. And he's got about 12 weeks to lead into the beginning of the Royal Ascot meeting. meeting, I think about 19th of June. So he's got a chance to have a little rest up and acclimatise, and then we've probably got a good 8 weeks to build him up and see whether we have one run before that or we go straight into the Queen Anne Stakes.
I'm sure the Melbourne Spring, you learnt a lot with the horse with that preparation. That was a great challenge in itself, getting to the Cox Plate and winning that race. And now a bigger challenge is ahead of you now with Dubai and also the UK.
Oh, look, I'm lucky with Ocean Park. He's a lovely, clean-winded horse, and he's been, absolute gem to train. And he's we do things a little bit differently. He does a lot of work on the treadmill, and so we're looking to have those sort of things available for us to be able to do the same with him in England.
He's a New Zealand-bred horse, and you're heading off to Royal Ascot. We've seen So You Think and Little Bridge been successful there, so the New Zealand breds can compete on the world stage, and he's a New Zealand trained runner as well, so it's just great for the New Zealand racing industry to have him coming up there through the UK.
Yes, no, Royal Ascot are really looking forward to have a New Zealand Cox Plate winner going up there, and the fact that we can take him there ourselves and train him, it's going to be huge.